Hi, good evening all. Welcome to MedMock. If you like this video, give a thumbs up and do share. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's get started. So today topic is about heart failure. All you are know what is heart failure. There is an imbalance between the oxygen supply and the oxygen demand. So we know there are four types of the four chambers of heart, that is atria and the ventricle, right atrium, right ventricle, left atria and left ventricle. In the right side of the heart there will be a deoxygenated blood from the inferior and the superior vena cava. In the left side of the heart there is a oxygenated blood from the pulmonary vein to the aorta. It will passes through the whole body to meet the oxygen demand. So in heart failure, where the heart can meet the demand of the body, so at the time the heart is not able to pump enough blood to meet the body's demand. There are two types of heart failure. One is systolic heart failure and another one is diastolic heart failure. What happens in systole? There will be a contraction of the heart. There will be a pumping of the blood from the heart. That is systole. In the systolic heart failure, the heart can't pump enough blood to the body. This means that the muscles are weakened. There will be a smaller and the weakened muscles. Then what happens in the diastolic failure? So the diastolic failure is a filling problem. So what is the diastole? All we all know, it's a mean by relaxation, where the heart fills the blood. In this diastolic failure, the heart can't fill with enough blood, and when the smaller muscle contract, they don't squeeze as hard as they used to. This causes used blood to be ejected when the heart contract squeezes the blood. So imagine a water bottle that you are holding with a one hand, squeezes a water bottle and shoots the water out. It seems like a hat. With systolic heart failure, since your heart muscles are smaller, think about squeezing that water bottle again, but just pinching it. It's gonna be a little harder to squeeze the water out, right? Same thing applies to the heart. Then if we're seeing the diastolic failure, what is a diastolic? As I already told, diastole means a relaxation. Diastolic failure is a filling problem. In this heart failure, the heart can't fill with enough blood. So again jump to the water bottle concept. You are again holding a water bottle in one hand, but instead the bottle filled with less water. So even if you can squeeze with the same force as the healthy heart, less water is going to be ejected. Simply that is because less water in the bottle. And this is what happening in the diastolic failure. Since there is a less blood filling in the ventricle, even if it's pumping with the same force, less blood gonna be ejected to the body. So then we are moving on to why this blood filling is happen. Because those muscles are enlarged, muscles are dilated, and they take up more space, and this leaves a less space to fill into the ventricle. It may be you might only have it isolated to the right side or to the left side, but can't both. The possible thing that there will be a diastole, and there will be a systolic heart failure. One thing to remember, that usually a left side happen first, and then it will end up leading to the right side heart failure. So what are the symptoms? So there will be a separate symptoms in the left side heart failure and the right side heart failure. So in left side heart failure, there will be a congestion fluid building in the lungs. There will be a pulmonary edema. In the right side pump blood to your lungs. We also know that it's come from the body, and since it does not pump blood as well to the lungs, we have the traffic jam like concept. Again, but this time gets blocked up into the body. So the patients with the right sided failure might start with the getting fluid buildup in their lungs, legs, feet and the abdomen. It's possible to have a combination of both systolic and the diastolic failure. So let's moving on to the cardiac output. Let's talk some about the cardiac output. What is cardiac output? The total amount of the blood that the heart able to pump every minute, usually given in the liters of blood per minute. So what is the normal cardiac output? It's 5 liters per minute. What is the stroke volume? The amount of the blood pumped every heartbeat, not every per minute. It's every heartbeat. It's differ from the cardiac output. What is the relation between the stroke volume and the cardiac output? So the cardiac output is equal to the multiplication of the stroke volume and the heart rate. So it's equal to the 5 liters per minute. For inconvenience, I lower the stroke volume. As I told, the cardiac output depends on the two factors. One is the stroke volume, another is the heart rate. So variable, the cardiac output also goes down if we lowers the stroke volume or if we lowers the heart rate. And that what happened in the heart failure. Cardiac output is lower because the heart's not pumping as much as blood per minute. This is because this is a lowered the stroke volume or a lowered amount of blood pumped out with each systole. Heart failure is considered as a secondary disease, as we all know, caused by some kind of pre-existing or underlying disease that such as cardiomyocytes. What happened in the cardiomyocytes? There will be a dilated, there will be a enlarged cardiac cells, so the heart will appear as a cardiomyopathy or maybe cardiomegaly will be there. There is a compensatory mechanism happens. What is a compensation mechanism? Compensated either by squeezing harder and increasing the stroke volume or beating faster and increasing the heart rate. In heart failure, there is a decreased supply of oxygen. Those muscle cells won't receive the oxygen and more cells die off. Leads to ischemia. That leads to the myocardial ischemia. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, please share and please like and please subscribe. Thank you.